Call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. This says, in honor of meeting my husband in the drive-thru 7 years ago. So the story is 7 years ago, she'll tell, there's another video that's after this that I'll show you the full story. Basically, she was trying to be an influencer. So she was just filming her stuff and living her life, right? She goes to this Chick-fil-A drive-thru and lo and behold, things start to happen. Let's get into her story. Here we go.
Oh, he's kind of cute. Oh my God, he's kind of cute. Yo, he's cute.
So one, you see a reaction, right? She's in a drive-thru. She's the boy. By the way, the boy that she's looking at is the dude in the drive-thru. So all you guys that are like, again, like this guy, oh, they just want these rich guys that have all the money, these 10% chads. This dude was working a job at a freaking drive-thru, wearing a uniform. He's working at Chick-fil-A, right? This is not a glamorous job in any way, shape, or form. But as you saw how giddy she was just upon seeing him. He's got the looks that she wants. And for right now, that's all that matters. She's already nervous and anxious, right? Okay.
Oh my God, y'all, I'm panicking. Good thing I look good today. I wish I could get a picture of him for y'all. No, because I can't move my camera. It's all taped down. But y'all, I'm panicking. I'm literally panicking right now. I'm panicking.
Now, you guys are like, I'm so nervous around girls and I don't know what to say to them. And I just get so anxious and nervous and jealous and blah, 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 blah. But I always tell you guys, that is feminine energy. Now, this isn't to say that that means that only women can feel that way, but I'm saying, look at how it looks on her. Look at how it looks when I'm so nervous and giddy, blah, 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 blah. Now, imagine a guy doing that. Oh my God, I'm so giddy, I'm so nervous. Those actions don't look masculine, right? So that's why of the two sexes, sorry to say, guys, they can get away with being anxious and nervous a lot better than we can, because you might be thinking, I should feel how I want to feel. It doesn't look good. It looks like you're doing feminine behavior, as evidenced by this woman's doing it. Nobody's going to judge her about that. But if a guy's on here saying, oh my God, I'm so nervous, they'd be like, dude, why are you simping out? What's going on? So it's better for her to be that way.
Hurry up, you fucking car. I gotta see this cute kid. Oh my God, I gotta figure out his name. I gotta look him up on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm female. I can find him. Okay, so what's she doing? She is now saying, I'm going to track this guy down. I don't know how I found out his information. I don't know how I'm going to look him up, but I'm going to make it happen. Now, let's reverse this. If this were a guy saying that, oh, I'm going to stalk this girl on her social media and blah, 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 it doesn't look good. So this is why I tell you guys, this is the proof right here that it's better for women to be chasing you. Because if they're chasing you, for one, they can't be replacing you, but also because you trying to chase down a woman, it's going to be too much. Her doing it, it seems flirtation. It's like, oh my God, she really wants this guy. And so it just comes across better. But you see, she is already willing to do all the things in order to get the guy that she feels she rightfully deserves. It's my turn to shine. I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. No, my pleasure, bro. Oh my God, his name's Steven. I'm going to find that kid. He has a hot voice. He's super cute. He's in my town. Yo, that was my time. Oh my God. And he looked nervous. He looked nervous, bros.
Okay, so this woman is clearly already enamored with him. And what did he have to do? Notice what he didn't do, right? Because this is a teaching lesson. Again, how to turn her cold approach into a relationship. So just in that interaction, he's all business. He's out there living his life. I don't know if being a fast food person is not his purpose probably, but he's earning money to work towards something, right? He's just being his regular self. He didn't seek her out. She came to his line, thought he was cute, and decided, I'm going to, I'm going to get my food for him, so I'm going to have an interaction with him. But she's all the feels just off that interaction. He didn't have to say, hey, by the way, you're cute. Hey, baby, I want to get with you, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it was all, he's saying these things. She's feeling the tone of his voice. She thinks he's cute. And now she's just like, oh my God, I got to find this guy. So did this woman
end up getting with this guy. Well, I mean, the video on top of it says, this happened 7 years ago. Clearly it says it's the husband. So now they're married, right? So what's the full end of that story? Because the camera cuts off. What happens next? They actually gave an update of like what happened after that. So let's watch that video.
We're going to speed run this and try to tell you guys the story of how we met really quickly. Okay, so first, back in 2017, I was filming a drive with me. I wanted to be a YouTuber, yeah. So I was doing a drive with me. I chose to go to Chick-fil-A. It was between Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. Thankfully, I chose Chick-fil-A. And you guys saw me. I was in the drive-thru. I could see him leaning out of the window, giving a couple cars ahead of me the food. You guys saw that part. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, whatever. And then after that,
And by the way, I've seen some of their other videos on their channel. She still treats him like he is like the best thing ever. Still finds him extremely cute. Still's like, very, very girly around him. Like that didn't change.
Got on Twitter and I posted saying, so there was this cute boy. He's in my town. His name is Steven. Help me find him.
So what did she do? You guys are worried about like, oh my God, like I got to chase after her. She went home, went on Twitter. Hey, this guy's named Steven. He's cute. He works here. He's in my town. I need to connect with him. Like she put out all the feels to chase him down, to get with him, to figure out how they could connect. She did all that work. He didn't. He probably went home and was just like, I just got off Chick-fil-A and I'm gonna go eat some of this Chick-fil-A I got from work. Do. And meanwhile, she has her army of whatever followers she had at the time trying to hunt this guy down to help her get this guy. What work has he done? He's done no work, but just be himself, following whatever purpose he had and just living his life. And that's why I tell you guys stress about like, well, I got to talk to her all the time and this is that. No, you don't. Like women that have a high interest in you already are willing to reach out, are willing to make fools of themselves, if only so they have a chance and shot at getting with you. They're trying to prove themselves to you. So when this starts happening, the worst move you can make is to try to turn back around and now try to prove yourself to her, because you need to let her bring all that energy to you.
Lo and behold, my supporters ended up finding him somehow, and this is where it goes over to him.
Yeah, I never posted on Instagram or Twitter or anything. I was never really on social media, so.
Not even on social media. So for you guys that say, but I gotta, get her IG and her Facebook and I gotta become friends with her, I gotta message her all the time. This guy didn't. This guy barely had any social media. Still, somehow she managed to find him. And I'm willing to bet once that happened, he probably still wasn't hitting her up on social media. And social media is very much a crutch that a lot of you guys are using as an attempt to try to like, I need to bond with her more and get to know her before I start. You'd be better doing what I do, which is when I meet women, I'm like, hey, until we become boyfriend or girlfriend, we are not friends on social media. I'm not trying to make this a friendship in the first place, but like, I definitely don't need you spying on me, or I don't need me to help you spy on me more than you probably already are in the beginning. Like, let some stuff be a mystery and find out on your own when we go one-on-one in person how I actually am.
It is beyond me how they found me. I was still at work whenever I got notified all the time, like my DMs were blowing up. I was like, what is going on? It's like, I didn't know if there was an emergency or something. So I went in the back room and I just opened up my phone. I'm like, who is this Madeline? I don't understand. I don't know this person. I found the video of Madeline being like, oh my gosh, I found this cute kid. His name's Steven. I was like, she was from the drive-thru. I saw her earlier. And that's basically it. So that night we got on this FaceTime, like we FaceTimed in front of each other, in front of like 500 people too.
I was on live stream and we basically FaceTimed in front of everyone.
Like 3 hours, our first ever conversation outside of Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, outside of you giving me my food.
Yeah, and that is where it is.
So I just want you to just look at the look. Again, this is 7 years in. And people say like, oh, 7-year itch. People start getting tired of each other. This woman is still looking at him the same way that she was the day that she saw him at Chick-fil-A for the first time. And that's what you want. You want to ideally find a woman that has a good enough vibe going when you first meet her to where she's going to still have this loving admiration for you years on end. Now, obviously in the beginning, it's hard to tell if that's going to be the person, but let's be real, guys. Like if you spend enough time with a woman in the beginning, like those first 2 to 3 months, you can kind of start to get an idea of like, if her vibe is like generally cheery or if it's kind of a downer and if she's depressed and stuff like that.
That's where it ends.
Yep. Well, that's not where it ends. That's where it began.
That's where it began.
Now, I'm going to play this last part and you're going to hear it and be like, but Harry, this contradicts what you talk about in terms of getting into a relationship. but I'm going to highlight it anyway.
I went on a date a couple days later, and then 7 years later, we're here with a baby girl.
Almost one.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of asked you to be my girlfriend a little too fast, but I just knew.
Yeah.
I asked for after
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks or something.
Oh, 2 weeks. But Harry, how could he? You say it takes 2 or 3 months. This, my friends, is what we call an outlier. This means that for this specific situation, this is how it happened to go down, okay? But ask yourself this question. If he had happened to wait 2 to 3 months before he brought up the relationship thing, do you think she would have waited? Or do you think she would have been like, oh, you waited 2 or 3 months to ask me out, so oh my God. So again, what I teach you guys is probability, which is the probability of you waiting 2 or 3 months to get into a relationship is going to result in you having better results on average than if you ask her 2 weeks after dating her. That doesn't mean it happens all the time. But again, as I say, you don't lose any points for doing the things to talk about. Like if he had waited 2 or 3 months, he wasn't going to lose that woman. She would have still been around. He decided to ask early. It just so happened that it worked out. I still wouldn't recommend that you do that. It worked out for him. Fantastic. But again, all this to say, the point is this, is that she was the one that came towards him. Now, there's going to be times in your life, guys, where you meet a woman out and you're the one that approaches, and that's totally fine. But if women are approaching you, for one, it means that they're already starting at a 75% liking you. The goal is to get it to 85 to 90%. If she's approaching you and trying to, seek you down and ask you out, it's already very, very high. How do you not ruin that? It's very, very simple. If she's coming towards you, you do not try to then go full force towards her because she's already doing a bunch of the work. I tell you guys, a good ratio for you to have in your brain is 1 to 3. So for every 3 moves she makes towards you, you make 1 move towards her. That to a woman will feel even because they typically read into what you're doing 3 times more than you mean it to, okay? So you don't have to worry about I got to now call her and text her all the time or she sought me down, so now I got to seek her down. You ain't got to do that. Okay, just keep it even keel. She's coming towards you. When she comes towards you, just know how to act in that moment to where it keeps the things going, But you trying to come full force to her, she's going force, it's not going to work out in your favor on average, okay? So that's the first video I wanted to show. I just really need you guys to see an example of, again, everything this guy said in his comment. This does not make him wrong, by the way, in terms of the apprehension about dating and people being loose this net. But again, it doesn't mean that there aren't women out there that don't want that stuff. There aren't women out there that aren't looking for a relationship. By the way, this woman and this guy, this woman is 25 now. So she got with this guy 7 years ago. And she has a video on her page where she says, I want to put on my makeup while I respond about why it is I shouldn't have gotten married and had a kid so early. And then the whole video is just her putting on makeup and not actually talking because she's like, yeah, this is what you do. We've been fooled into believing we got to wait until we're later in our years to get married and whatever, And for guys, that's still perfectly okay plan. But women that want to have kids and have big families and want to, really get a guy while they still have their youthful looks about them, they got to do it early. And so she was completely right. She needed to be doing this early. And she knew, hey, this might be my shot at getting a guy that I want while I still got some good looks about me. So bravo to her for recognizing that. For you ladies that are watching this, if you're in your 20s, I'm going to wait until I'm 30. Don't do it. Really try to figure out who you are as a person now and get into a relationship now. Better than later. Start knowing how to vet men properly now because you're going to get better results when you're in your youth than you are older. As for you guys, be patient, be diligent. Obviously, this guy got himself a good one early, but if you're not running across him right now, you have time. The older you get, the more established you'll be, and the more of a range of women you will have to choose from. All right?
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man.